Yugioh Dueling Corner here, back with another Exodia FTK variant. This time we're dealing with the Spell Library version, so let's get to the video. First you have the 5 pieces of Exodia, get all 5 pieces to your hand, win the game. Then you have 3 magical libraries. Some people like to run 2 in this build. I personally run 3 and I'll explain why later. You abuse this card in the deck. You can normal summon this first turn, and for every 3 spells you activate, you can draw 1 card and remove the spell counters on this. You can't have more than 3 spell counters on this card, but you abuse this to get a lot of pluses in your hand. Then you have 3 Thunder Dragons. Discard 1 to add up to 2 more from deck to hand. This is very good because you deck thin by 2 and you get a +1 in hand, so it's good if you magical mallet or use any type of discarding. So this works really well. It's for deck thinning and getting +1. It's also good, let's say when you discard 1, you get the other 2. Let's say if I magical mallet, I put them back, I can discard this one and get the other one, so it deck thins again by 1. So you can use these really well for deck thinning and plussing. Then I run 2 Into the Voids. I didn't find room for a third one since this is a 40 card deck. You know, it's a 1-for-1, but you have to win on the turn you use this, and I don't like having 3 in the deck. It can cause you a loss, so you just have to activate it at the right time if you're choosing to go for the FTK or not. Just make sure you do, because if you don't, you lose. So it's a good card, but it has a big drawback to it. So I only run 2, I don't like to run 3. I put in the Pod Duality and I took out the third Into the Void. This gets you pretty much whatever card you need at the moment of activating. Again, it's another spell for Magical Library. 2 Magical Mallets. Sorry, 2 Magical Mallets. You weren't supposed to see that yet. For recycling your hand, putting back the pieces if you have them too early and you just want to go through your deck more to get all the pluses through the library. Or if you want to put up back other stuff and you're towards the end of the game and you just want to draw Exodia. So I run 2. 1 Wonder Wand. You equip this to the Magical Library since it has 500 attack or less. Library has 0 attack, so you can send your library and this to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. 1 Toon World. This is for Toon Contents. It's I ran Toon World over the Toon Cannon Soldier, the Toon Blue Eyes, because it's a spell and the spell counter, and it helps with spell counters. Then you have the 3 Toon Contents. You know, activate 1, they get the other, they get the other, they get the Toon World. That's going to be a total of 4 spell counters, so that's a +1 plus another spell counter towards the next +1. Then you have 3 Magic Citadels. You activate this and you can transfer the spell counters from this to another card. So you use Magical Library's effect to remove the 3 spell counters off of this, and you get another draw. Plus, when activating this, you get the spell counter. So Magical Library's in the field, you activate Magic Citadel. Every time you activate a spell counter goes on this. Once it is up to 3, you use Magical Library's effect and take off the spell counters off this card. And you draw 1. You can only activate this once per turn, so that's why you set and then activate this, and that will destroy this one, and then you can transfer the spell counters again. So it helps you to get more pluses in your hand. Then you run 1 Terraforming, and Terraforming gets you the Magic Citadel, plus it's a spell and a deck thins, so it gives you spell counter and a deck thins. Pretty simple. Then you run 2 Power Grasps. Activate 1 Power Grasp to get the other Power Grasp, and when you activate this, you put 1 spell counter on 1 card on the field, so you can do Magic Citadel or Library, whatever you want. So it's kind of like activating 2 spells in a sense, because you get 2 spell counters and you deck them. But you can only activate 1 per turn, so that's why I don't add a third one in. Then you have 3 Broken Boot Swords. You equip this to Magical Library, and you combo it with the next card I'm about to show you. When you have Broken Bamboo attached, you can activate Golden Bamboo Sword, and then you draw 2 cards. So let's say you have this attached to the library, you activate Golden Bamboo, draw 2, draw 2, draw 2, so it gets you a lot of pluses after the initial one. Then I tech in 1 Double Summon. Originally, I really didn't like this, but the reason I added it in this build is because people main Effect Failures, and Effect Failure just got reprinted, so pretty much anybody who wants to own an effect veiler can get an effect veiler. They're really cheap now. So because there's so many effect veilers around and some people are maining them this format, I use a double summon. So I can summon the magical library, let's say the effect veiler or whatever, I double summon, and I can summon the other magical library, or I can do it whenever I can. So they can only effect veiler one. And then I run 3 1-day apiece. You and your opponent draw a card, take no damage until your opponent's end phase, so they can't attack you the next turn or burn you or anything. Plus, you know, more spell counters and more draw power. And then 3 upstarts. Give your opponent 1,000, draw a card, and it helps with the spell counters. This run's really magic heavy since you're running the Magic Citadel. You're only running, let's see, the 5 pieces and the 3 libraries and the 3 Thunder Dragons, and the rest are all magics in the deck, no traps. So that's the deck. I'll be posting a demonstration of the deck soon, hopefully tonight or later this week. I might make some changes to the deck when testing it. If I do, I'll add an annotation describing what I changed. Currently, the only things I didn't find room for was the Dark World dealings and the hand destructions. I might find myself adding the hand destructions. I just can't tell. I don't like the idea of people drawing into the effect veilers, and it's one reason why I didn't like running 1-day apiece. But it's too good of a card not to run. So that's the deck. Please rate, comment, subscribe. I'll be posting the demonstration, like I said, and I'll also be covering one more Exodia FTK variant to help you guys choose which Exodia FTK deck you might want to run if you're planning on running it, what cards you might have for one of the decks, and I'll show you how all 3 of them work. So please, again, subscribe. I need subscribers. It takes a lot of time to make all these videos, and like the video and comment. Thank you. Have a good day.